Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to make a video concerning the iPhone 6. This is going to be the exactly 2 months after kind of a little follow-up to my video review, kind of, sort of. I'm going to make a little, I have a little story for you guys too. Basically, I'm just going to be giving my thoughts on the iPhone 6 and kind of what has gone on in the past couple of months concerning it. So, yeah. As you guys know, exactly 2 months ago, today, I bought an iPhone 6 from Apple, the 16GB space gray version, and I paid full price for it. And it turns out that there were two problems with it. The first one being an actual hardware problem. It had a misaligned front camera, so you know, the little camera up here. I got the screen replaced and all was well. But the second problem was really more detrimental than that. The actual storage on the phone, it being only 16 gigabytes, was just not enough. So I wanted to go ahead and get rid of it and go for a 64 gigabyte model. Now, I initially gave up on this plan because I thought it was kind of far-fetched. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off, and so I kind of just kept the 16 gig for a while, and then I kept running out of space. And you know, I'm going on a little meetup with my friends in about 5 days or so. There might or might not be a vlog on it, and I was going to use my iPhone to record the vlog footage because it's more convenient than using my camcorder. But guess what? Since it only had 16 gigabytes, couldn't really record a whole lot of HD video at 60 FPS now, could we? So I finally said screw it, I'm going to T-Mobile and I'm going to get the 64 gig no matter, you know, what the costs are. So I ended up trading in my 16 gigabyte iPhone 6 and I bought the 64 gigabyte version. This is a 64 gigabyte iPhone 6. So yeah, I bought that last Thursday. Didn't really make a video. I didn't feel like making a video until now. So yeah, at 64 gigs, it's so great. I don't have to compress my music. I don't have to save optimized versions of my photos. I can load up as many huge apps as I want. It's just, if you're going to use your phone for any more than the bare basics, if you want to take full advantage of your iPhone 6, you definitely want to go with the 64 gigabyte model. Can't really stress that enough. I mentioned that 16 gigabytes was enough for most people in my iPhone 6 review, and while that is still kind of true for people like my mom who doesn't store any music or a ton of stuff on her phone, just a few apps here and there and some photos, 16 gigs is fine. But for people like myself, I like a lot of games on my phone, I have a ton of music, I have a lot of photos, that kind of thing. You definitely want to get 64 gigs. But it didn't stop there. The night I got it, actually the morning following after I got it, I noticed that I had a little stuck pixel right in the middle of the screen. It was about right here somewhere. Little green stuck pixel. I noticed it while I was browsing Facebook one day. And I was like, what the heck? I just bought this phone yesterday. So I took it to Apple and they replaced my screen for free under warranty. That's when the second problem started. I actually had problems with the Touch ID home button there. It just felt a lot mushier than I remember it feeling, and it was recessed in comparison to the glass. It just was not flush with the glass, and you could feel that when you ran your finger over it. So I was like, okay, so today I went in and I got a replacement iPhone. They just replaced my whole phone, because I didn't really want them to do another screen replacement because that wouldn't really fix it, I felt. So here is the final product. This is my third iPhone 6. So this is the same phone as I had before, the iPhone 6 64 gig space gray. This is, I believe, a refurbished model. This is the one they gave me after, you know, I requested for a replacement. And as seen here, the home button is just about perfect. It's still not, you know, amazingly good because, as you can see on the right side, there is a little more of a gap than on the left, but I am so done. I just don't care anymore. And it's actually flush with the glass, so it actually feels just fine, and functionality-wise, it works just fine, so I'm not really going to complain about that tiny, teeny little gap there. So that is it. My iPhone 6 journey has come to an end finally. I'm content with this one. And another thing on my previous one that I got replaced was the SIM tray wasn't flush, but this one is. So there you go. This iPhone 6 is about 95% perfect. So there you go. And as part of the trade-in, I did not have to give up my old box and or accessories, so I still have the box for the 16 gig, which I believe only has the manuals in it, and it has a spare power brick. So there you go. I got to keep all that stuff. And then of course, hold on a second. And then of course in the 64 gig box, as seen here, 64 gigs, really nice. If I open it up, I still have pretty much everything. Well, actually, I think I have exactly everything. Yeah, exactly everything is still left in here because I have all the old accessories from my other iPhone 6, my older iPhone 6, and I'm using all of those, so why use the new ones if we don't have to? So there you go. That is basically my iPhone story. So I finally have an iPhone 6 that I am content with keeping. I really wasn't happy there for a while, and you know, even from the beginning, just even wanting to buy the iPhone 6 was a huge pain in the ass, mostly because of T-Mobile, not really because of Apple. But oh well, it's finally over now, and I finally have an iPhone 6 that I'm totally content with keeping. So after going through all that trouble, I'm going to definitely keep this phone for as long as possible. Oh, and I also bought AppleCare for this thing, although since I got the replacement, I double-checked with their online support coverage checker thing on Apple.com, and AppleCare still hasn't transferred over to this phone. So if that doesn't happen in a couple of days, I'm going to give them a call, but I'm certainly not going back to the Apple Store. I'm really tired of going there, to be honest. So there we go. That is my iPhone 6 saga, I guess, complete. And in other words, in other areas, actually, the iPhone 6, I'm very happy with it. Battery life is great. The bigger screen is awesome. It does everything I need it to do. So yeah, there you go. That's my little update / impressions, story, whatever, on the iPhone 6. So I'll see you guys later.